All right, let's preview week one. Starting with the Thursday night game. I
Man,
don't know
listen,
how Detroit
hold on, Mel, because these
No.
Detroit little anecdotes and these little fun facts is very
Yeah, can I read it?
disrespectful.
You want to read it?
I'll read
You
it.
want to read?
I'll read
Did
it.
you just volunteer to
I'll read
read
it
for the class?
I'll read it.
He raised his hand.
I'll read for the class. Detroit hasn't won its season opener since 2017. Kansas City has won 7 straight home games and 13 of its last 14 regular season contests on its own field.
Where's this game being
Very
played
good.
at?
Where else?
Arrowhead
Kansas
City.
City.
Kansas City.
Arrowhead.
It's banner night.
Banner night. Them boys getting them rings. They going up. Yeah, man. It's tough. It's tough, Chris. It's tough. It's tough.
I think this year is we see the first ever opening game trap game.
Okay. Well, I was going through the internet, man, and I heard someone talking about this game and talking about Detroit as a whole. And this is a Detroit native, Rob Parker, from the Odd Couple, man. This is what he said.
You see me right now? I'm not drinking Lions Kool-Aid. This is iced tea, diet iced tea. I'm not N-O-T drinking Lions Kool-Aid. I've covered this team, Chris, for 20 years. I went on every road game. I watched the Lions lose 24 straight road games. Not once, Chris, but twice. Did you hear what I said? In the NFL, It's almost impossible. 24 straight road losses twice during the Matt Millen era when he was GM. This franchise has one playoff win since 1957. That was 1991, Chris. They beat the Dallas Cowboys. I remember watching that game and John Madden on CBS going, "You're watching the two teams of the 90s, the Lions and the Cowboys." That's exactly what John Madden said. And guess what? The Cowboys, who lost that day, became a dynasty and won 3 out of 4. And the Lions never won anything. And I'm not saying that I'm holding their whole history against them, but this over-the-top, the Lions have arrived and Dan Campbell's this and that player's great and all this is total nonsense to me, because you're not going to go from where they were to all of a sudden world beaters. I don't believe it. Last year they were 1-6 to start. People took their foot off the gas, didn't really think that much of them, and then all of a sudden they started winning games. It's easy to play when there's no pressure and you're just playing because you're on the schedule. It's different when people look at you and now all of a sudden the NFL's put them on Thursday, the opener with the Chiefs. And all this other stuff. Like to me, looking at the Lions, Chris, it could make a great story, but Lions fans and Lions slappies and all that have made it unbearable for regular NFL fans that these also-rans, these doormats are all of a sudden being elevated to a place they don't deserve.
Damn. Why he go at them? Why did he get at he got at them like that?
I don't know.
He is hurt.
Chris?
He's hurt.
That sounds like somebody who's heartbroken.
He's hurt.
Yeah, I think he's tired.
There's always one. There's always one. In sports media, there has to be, and we see it with Stephen A. We see it with Skip Bayless. There are people that when the masses is going a certain way, you have to go the other way. Everybody else is on the train. Everybody else is following the hype. Former Lions players, non-former Lions players, former coaches. Everybody else is riding the wave. There has to be somebody. What better way than somebody who's from the area, right? Somebody has to be different. That's fine.
Really?
That's fine.
Yeah, because right before he said all of that, there was shoot. Am I breaking up?
Nah.
You good.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, but right before he said all of that, they was just describing about how everybody was putting their money on Dan Campbell to be coach of the year. He was the most bought out for that in Vegas for coach of the year. Hutchinson for defensive player of the year. Detroit for winning the NFC. All this stuff that and that's not saying that they think that this is going to happen, but I think they would probably like the odds. It's half of that and half of the fact that it's possible. They can see it happening. So, but yeah, it's a lot. Like you're right, Chris. It's a lot of people that's all in on the Detroit Lions, and people are putting their money where their mouth is.
True.
Remind you, Dan Campbell was, I think, second or third in coach of the year voting last year.
Yeah,
So
we had a conversation about that because he shouldn't have been even in the conversation.
What you mean he should? You know what? I'm not.
Man, you had four finalists, and 3 of them made the playoffs, and 1 of them didn't.
I'm not going to tolerate the disrespect.
No, seriously,
not today.
Like seriously, his team did not make the playoffs.
It's game week. I'm not going to tolerate the disrespect.
His team did not make the playoffs. How was he a finalist?
Do you see what that team went from last year? Or I mean, year before last?
Well, if that was the case, then Steve Wilkes been a
3-13-1.
finalist then.
3-13. I think he was.
No, he wasn't a finalist. His team that made the playoffs. He ain't got no business being in there.
We'll see.
I think the Lions is going to have a phenomenal season, based off of Lions standards.
Wow. The backhanded, Jay. You know what, man? Let's get through this and let's get to the rest of week 1. We gonna see y'all on Thursday.
So here's a fun fact. There's this guy, don't know who he is, but he has a career passing rating of 136.9 with 1,542 yards and 15 touchdowns in 5 week 1 starts.
I think I know that guy.
That is outstanding. That is beautiful. I don't give a shit.
I mean, all I'm saying is you would stand a better chance if it wasn't in September, man. Like, he's a different animal when the season starts.
Hey, and you know what? And if we lose, we lose. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But what Lions fan would I be if I didn't say we had a chance? If I didn't believe that we were gonna win?
Realistically,
the Lions have a chance to win this game.
I agree. Realistically,
every team has a chance to win every game.
No, they don't care. Arizona doesn't have a realistic chance to win every game this year.
I bet you Arizona right now. Side bet. I bet you Arizona wins 4 games or more this year.
4? I don't know, man. Everybody who I had them going, I picked the other team.
I definitely did have Arizona winning like maybe 1 game. So,
I'm sitting the over under at 4.
25. I'll take that. $25. Lock it in.
So let's do this.
I'm taking the under on that.
Let's do this. Let's talk about what's going to affect this game.
Okay.
Chris Jones not going to be there. All right.
It's still too early to tell.
I think he's officially holding out.
Is it too early to tell? Today is the what? What's
third? Today's the third.
Did y'all see what he posted? Y'all see what he posted on his story?
Nah. What he post?
Him sitting on a Gatorade can.
What that mean?
Man, he just be chilling. Man.
Everybody's like, they taking their own interpretation to mean that means he's sitting out.
Oh, I thought that meant because he's sitting on the can. I thought that meant his wallet was so light that he can stand on the can.
Nah, a lot of people are taking that to mean that he's sitting out until he get.
Jay didn't get that reference from that BET Uncut song called "Time for Freaking."
I did. I got the reference.
Time to come clean with them team.
Oh man,
that's a classic.
But I think that affects it. And everybody know it. That's why Kelsey out there begging Jones to come back and figure things out, man, because they know they need Jones. So yeah, I'm unfortunately for the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, not unfortunately, but surprisingly, I'm picking Detroit for this game. in Kansas City. This is my upset. If I'm picking all the games this week, this is my upset.
This your upset of the week.
This is my upset. Yeah.
All right. Well,
appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Okay. I'm not.
Okay.
We know.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
not.
well. After you say why you're not
Okay.
picking Detroit, I want you to at least tell me. I think Vegas got them 45 points. So the over under on that to collectively 45 points.
Whew. I do
like
think
a shootout.
Yeah, that does kind of sound like a shootout, and which what Chris alluded to last week. But I just don't see Patrick Mahomes losing an opening game, and it boils down to that. Do I think Chris Jones makes a huge part? That he is the cornerstone of that defense, and at the end of the day, I think that matters, especially going up against a Detroit team that has found their identity offensively. They know who they are offensively, and I think that they got the pieces to be who they are offensively. I just don't see 15 losing. I just don't see it. It's just certain things like when you go up against 15 opening week after he win a Super Bowl, I think he comes out with a point to prove. I think he comes out with a chip on the shoulder. I think he has to remind people as to what he is and what he's been for the last 4 years at least. So I do pick Kansas City to win this game. I do think it's a competitive game. I think 15 turns on the heroics in the fourth quarter, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs do what they do and score a lot of points in a little bit of time, and I think they pull out the win. Over under, you said 45 mil?
Yeah, let me double check. But yeah, I think it's 45.
I'm going to take the over.
Big shootout.
I'm taking the under.
You taking the under?
I'm taking the under. Nah, I got to take the over. I just did the math in my head. 45 is not that.
The over-under is actually 54 now.
54. It's 54. 54 and a half.
taking the
54 and a half.
Okay.
54 and a half.
54.
No, I still take the over. I still take the over.
I still take the over. I think Detroit is in their bag early. And I think Kansas City, it's a slugfest. Like I said, I think Kansas City pulls it out in the fourth quarter. But I'm going to give you a score, 35-24.
Jay, you got a score?
2 tutties. I don't got a score. KC by 2 tutties. So if I gotta call a number, let's go. Hell, I like that 35. 35-21.
And this is gonna be a turnover game for Pat Mahomes. At least one pick, at least one fumble. It's gonna be a turnover game. They're not gonna be able to control that line of scrimmage without Jones. That rookie Gibbs. That's not a lot of tape on him on how to figure out. I think he go run crazy. I think he gonna be passing, catching the ball too.
Yes.
I think Detroit goes shock some people, man. Seriously, I think they go turn over Pat Mahomes at least twice.
You got a score?
No, but I'm taking the under. I don't think it's gonna be no shootout. I think Detroit go hop on them early. Kansas City gonna be playing from behind, but they're not gonna go over on that over under.
So here's the thing. It was just announced. Well, I just found out today, but it was announced a couple of days ago that Kadarius Toney will be playing to Sky Moore. Everybody, we got the whole gauntlet of weapons, and Detroit can't stop anything.
I still ain't heard no names yet. You said who was the names you said? I still ain't heard a name.
Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore. Watch what happened. I'm
going to tell you right now.
The 2 names I just named,
Casper.
both of them have a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Travis Kelce doesn't have at least 125 yards, y'all are not beating us.
I'll tell you right now. he won't have 125. He'll have 102 tutties, and Pacheco will have one on the ground. And
Jay, I'm with you on Kelsey, but you putting too much faith in them receivers, man.
No.
Listen.
He's not. Though. He's not.
They're just going to do what they're supposed to do.
That's what I was about to say.
And make you not be able to double team Kelsey.
Okay.
All they have to do is if you leave them open, they'll catch the ball.
Think about
Listen, I'm gonna just tell you right now, Kelsey gonna have a bad day across the middle, so you better send him out wide.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this.
Jack Campbell and Brian Branch. That's all I gotta say.
They're gonna hit him. They're gonna hit him.
So you're gonna have to find your outside weapons, and we got vets out there now. We got people that came back off of injury that are proven lockdowns.
Tracy Walker.
Who old buddy I got from Detroit? I mean not Detroit. The old buddy I got from Philly.
CJ Gardner, that's a lockdown.
Hey,
Cam Sutton, that's a lockdown.
Hey,
Kirby Joseph proved to be a lockdown.
CJ Gardner getting blazed in the end zone.
Not worried about it.
You got tape on it. It just happened. The last game you watched, you just seen CJ Gardner against Pat Mahomes. Pat had 3. He had 3 tutties.
Not worried about it.
Listen, I do think Mel is underselling Kadarius Toney, who was misused in New York. And then when he got to the Chiefs, like Jay said, did have a touchdown. He is one of those players that Pat Mahomes can take advantage of when he comes, because he's fast and he's strong. You get what I'm saying? He is. Yeah. I hate to do this, but he's Tyreek Hill light. You get what I'm saying? Like he's one of those dudes
at 6'3".
At 6'3", though, like he's a big dude that can catch the ball, that can make a play in space.
I've been watching him since he was at Florida.
Exactly. He's a Florida guy. So I had a chance to see him. Pacheco, he literally, do y'all remember Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the season that he had? Do y'all remember the season that he had? We were talking about him as being the future. Pacheco came, and now we talking about whether or not Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to finish the season as a Chief, because Patrick Mahomes and that Andy Reid offense can take whoever he needs if you have a certain skill set and put you in a position to succeed. That's why I'm really not paying attention to the names. As long as he got 87, you get what I'm saying? He has one. All he needs is one big name. And the rest of the guys, if you have a skill set, I can maximize your skill set. I think that's what makes 15 so good. And I think that's why they'll win the game.
And hold on. Here's the thing. Remember this name, guys. Remember this name. Chris, it's not going to affect you at all this week. But remember this name. Justin Ross. Remember this from Clemson.
Listen, bro.
Yo,
he made the 53, right? He made the 53.
Yeah. He made it, and then I ain't even talked about Rice. The next wave of receivers is crazy. Trust me, they're just young right now.
I hope and pray that Justin Ross does not get to anything close to the form he was at Clemson, because Kelsey and Mahomes are going to be a problem, because he's a number one receiver if he's healthy. He's a number one receiver if he's healthy, but he just can't stay healthy. So we'll see.
That's fair.
Jay, I think this is going to be a more competitive game than it's going to end in a way that you're not going to like.
All right, how's it going in?
38-35 Lions.
Okay.
So
this is Jared Goff leading Detroit down on the game-winning field goal?
Yes.
Interesting.
Hey, listen, Chris. In one of my leagues, I have Jared Goff and Daniel Jones at quarterback. I'm starting Goff,
as you should.
I believe he'll put some numbers up, but
Goff is gonna have a 315 and 3 tutty day.
He might have that, but if it comes down to him having to go down the field in Arrowhead and lead the team to a game-winning field goal, I'm betting against that. What I'm thinking is going to happen is they're just going to jump on them early. There's just not going to be enough time on the clock for Kansas City to once they turn it up. It's not going to be enough time for them to actually get it done. It'll come down to the wire, but it won't be because Jared Goff led them down. It'll be because they just ran out of time and Detroit had to lead most of the game. That's what I'm thinking happening.
Jared Goff's decision making has gotten a whole lot better over the last couple of years, especially in the second half of last season.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all even know who that is?
Listen.
Y'all know who Andy Reid is?
I agree with Mel. I agree with Mel. I think that Detroit jumps early. I think that they come out guns blazing. I think that they come out, they're using their weapons. I think they have a lead at halftime. In the fourth quarter, when it means the most, I'm picking 15.
If we go back to last season, I think Kansas City trailed at halftime a lot of games. Yeah.
You're not comfortable with a lead against Kansas City because they come out and it's a different thing. So they can walk you down. I'm just thinking Detroit,
Chris,
if they jump on early.
Look at Pat Mahomes' record when trailing by 10 points or more.
Jay, I'm with you. I get it. Trust me, I get it.
I can't pick.
I just think whoever just wrote this comment is the smartest guy I've ever seen. Appreciate
that. He's not, because he said chefs by 21 at least. So I'm definitely not taking that for credibility.
And for about to cook him. He that mean y'all about to cook, Jay? For another reason, he's not watching us on YouTube. So that is another reason why I don't know.
You stop falling fast, fam.